Hey everyone, it's Haley. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like my videos. And, okay, yeah, that's it. So if you watched my previous videos, in my 20 random facts about me video, I mentioned that I am transgender. And I got a bunch of requests to make a video about my transition. I wanted to take some time to collect some older pictures of me so I can include them in this video for you. There's not going to be a whole lot, but just kind of so you can see my progression so far. So basically, if you don't know what the term transgender means, basically it means that the sex that you were designated at birth does not align with your gender identity. So basically, when I was born, I was designated male at birth. That was my sex. But my gender, I've always kind of just felt female. And growing up, I kind of just gravitated towards very feminine things. Like dolls, I wanted to dress in girls' clothing. And it just kind of progressed as I got older. And it was a lot of kids, well, a lot of little boys will play with dolls and wear girls' clothes. That doesn't mean they're transgender. For me, that just never went away. It just kept getting stronger as I got older. So basically, I identified as male. I identified as male. I lived as a male until, like, around, I started to realize that started thinking I was trans around grade 10, 11. Then in grade 12, I started slowly transitioning. So I started growing out my hair, wearing makeup, wearing kind of more feminine clothing. It was not very easy transitioning in high school. Of course, everyone, I live in a big city. There was tons of kids in my school, but somehow everybody knew that I was the trans girl. So everyone, it was kind of awkward because I had to use the boys' bathroom, but all of the boys knew that I was trans, so that was not fun. I just tried to get through high school as quickly as possible. I would use the bathroom during classes when I knew that no one would be in there. I would find the quietest bathrooms so I could go in there and not have any other boys in there. But yeah, so basically I identified as male. I lived as a male. I identified as, I've always been attracted to men. So I came out as gay in grade 10. And then I was like, that just isn't right. Like, I'm attracted to men, but I'm not gay. I started watching America's Next Top Model, and Isis King was on there. She was the first openly transgender contestant. And just her entire story completely related to my life. And I was like, okay, like, I think I'm transgender. So I started researching it, and I was like, yeah, okay, like, this is definitely what is up. So I, came up to my parents, grade 12, and they were okay with it, just not as great as I was hoping they would be, but they've become very, very supportive of me, which is really awesome because I know a lot of trans people don't have that kind of support from their families. And yeah, so I started slowly physically transitioning, growing out my hair. And then in 2010, when I started hair school or beauty school, I had applied for my legal name change when I was applying for school. And basically I had to make a decision whether I was going to go to school as a male or start my life as Haley. So I was like, yeah, of course, I'm just going to, jump on it, right? So so from, September 2010, I was, living full-time. So I was, Haley 100% of the time. Whereas before that, it was, I would be Haley outside of my house sometimes, and then at school, I was not Haley, and then it was just confusing. Kind of going back and forth between, identifying as male in certain places where I felt it was safer, and then identifying as female in other places. But yeah, so September 2010, I went full-time female. Full-time means that you are socially transitioned. So basically you identify as your I guess, chosen gender 100% of the time. So 2010 is when I went full-time, and I will include a picture here of me in September of 2010. And just for some comparison, there was pictures of me from 2007 and 2009. So you can see 2009, I was kind of like, sometimes I would have my short hair, and then sometimes I would wear clip-in extensions and like dress more feminine. I was like very androgynous during 2009. And then 2010 came around, and that's when I went full-time. So I, you know, wore makeup like almost every day. I was growing out my hair. I would wear extensions too, so it would be long. And yeah. So that's when I legally changed my name, and I started living as Hayley 100% of the time. And then in 2011, I started hormone replacement therapy. So basically, hormone replacement therapy, it, you know, it will stop your body from producing as much testosterone, and then you will take an estrogen to kind of balance that, so your hormones are more typically female. Or the opposite way, if you were born female and now identify as male, you would be taking testosterone to offset the amount of the amount of estrogen that your body naturally makes. So yeah, I'll include a picture here of the first day that I started hormone replacement therapy. And yeah, so basically now I've just kind of been going, okay, so basically I had a hard time getting on hormones because until recently, most places required you to have a year full-time experience minimum to even get on hormones. So I was basically going to counseling appointments every 6 months to try and get this process started. And basically it was not a fun process. It was just constantly talking to therapists, counselors, doctors, trying to get these hormones. And now it is a lot more accessible. You don't need to be living full-time for a year to get them, which is great. Yeah, so basically that's kind of my transition thus far. The challenges of transitioning, like I said, I started transitioning in high school, so everyone knew I didn't have the option to kind of like transition on my own. It was like a very public thing, which kind of sucked. Everyone kind of knew. And then, you know, you run into people who are not accepting, and they feel that for some reason your life is affecting them negatively somehow. I don't understand it. But yeah, so I would get picked on a lot. I would be walking down the street and have people call me names. I would have people throw things at me. You know, I've never really felt unsafe per se. But there was definitely situations where I feel like I was attacked because of being trans, which wouldn't have happened if I identified as cisgendered. So here in Canada, like I said, you don't need to be on hormones. You don't need to be living full-time for a year to be on hormones. And now the surgeries have become a lot more accessible as well. There is a clinic that I'm now going to, which they basically have like a self-consenting policy. So basically you go there, they tell you the risks of surgery and hormones. You just sign off on it saying that you agree with these, and then they give you all the necessary information to give you hormones and surgery. Unfortunately, where I live, there's a lot of trans people in the city, but there's just not really like a tight-knit community. There's like no resources or anything, so it can be really hard to transition. Like, I didn't have any help from anybody. I basically just had to research things and try to figure this out on my own. Yeah, I had no idea where to start. I was just, you know, Googling it and hoping for the best. And so I try to like help people as much as I can that are transitioning, because I know how challenging it is, both mentally and physically. Basically, like, I had severe depression before I started transitioning. And so I was on medication and I hated it, so I stopped taking medication, and basically I was just kind of dealing with my depression and my anxiety, which once I started hormones and started to feel more comfortable with myself, that was like almost completely gone. I still have depression and anxiety. It was just lessened a lot because it was all kind of like transition related, I guess. Yeah, so support. Support is a huge part of transitioning. I've been lucky enough to have an amazing supportive group of friends, and my family has become very, very supportive. And yeah, that's a huge part of transitioning. And I can't even imagine transitioning without support, and kudos to anyone who can do that, because it's a difficult process even with support, and I can't even imagine the struggle of that without your family and friends supporting you. I've never lost any friends really when I transitioned. I know a lot of people are just very close-minded and they don't know how to wrap their heads around it. But really it's not harming anyone. I don't understand why people think that it's affecting their lives that someone is transitioning. And then a lot of people will think that like you're not actually trans. It's like now that trans has become a lot more mainstream and it's like more visual. It's like more, now that it's more like pushed more in the media, like you see more trans people on TV, in the media, a lot of people just now think that you're hopping on the trans bandwagon and that, you know, you're just doing it because everyone else is doing it, which obviously is completely stupid. Yeah. Basically, I am very open with my transition. So if you have any questions that you would like to know, leave a comment in the section, leave a comment down below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. I'm obviously not a medical professional. I just have my own personal experience of transitioning. So if I can help you, I would love to. Also, this shirt, guys, I got this from Mohawk College when I went to go see Laverne Cox. This is like my favorite t-shirt ever. Yeah, so I don't know. If you guys want to see any like videos about specific parts of my transition, let me know, because I was kind of just winging this video. I didn't really know what exactly to talk about and what to put in here. So this is kind of just a generalized transition video. But if you want to see anything specific, let me know and I will work on that. My makeup, guys, is like, damn. I'm loving it today. So I am a huge procrastinator. So like I said, I changed my name in 2010. Okay, 2010. Now, finally, in 2017, I changed my gender marker on my, I legally changed my gender marker from male to female. It took me 7 years. It didn't have to take me 7 years. I was having trouble with my doctor getting me proper, all of the things that he needed to get me in order to change my gender, which is basically just a letter saying that he thinks I should. And I was having trouble with that, so now that I'm at a new clinic, I got that letter and I got that process done finally after 7 years. So now on my ID it says female instead of male, which is a huge... I basically would avoid using my ID ever because I didn't want anyone to look and see the little M at the bottom there. But now there's an F, so now I'm legally female, which is pretty cool. I'll include a picture of my birth certificate so you guys can see it, which was in last month. I got that done. Basically, these are just, I just want to do a quick little transition video for you guys because you guys were requesting it. Let me know specifically what you would want to know. Ask me questions. I could do like a Q&A video maybe if you guys have a lot of questions. But yeah, so basically that's my transition, and that's it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you guys can get notified when I upload a video. I'm uploading videos every single Sunday, and I'm getting ahead filming videos as much as possible so I can try to do every Wednesday and Sunday. Let me go. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Give my video a big thumbs up. And, yeah. So let me know if you have any questions or any other videos that you want to see me do. Let me know in the comment section. And, yeah. Alright, I will see you all at the next video. Bye, guys.